Now in Surah Nur 24 and ayah 33, وَلْيَسْتَعْفِفِ الَّذِينَ لَا يَجُونَ نِكَاحًا حَتَّى يُغْنِيَهُمُ اللَّهُ مِنْ فَضْلِهِ وَالَّذِينَ يَبْتَغُونَ الْكِتَابَ مِمَّا مَلَكَتْ أَيْمَانُكُمْ فَكَاتِبُوهُمْ إِنْ عَلِمْتُمْ فِيهِمْ خَيْرًا وَآتُوهُمْ مِنْ مَالِ اللَّهِ الَّذِي آتَاكُمْ وَلَا تُكْرِهُوا فَتَيَاتِكُمْ عَلَى الْبِغَاءِ إِنْ أَرَدْنَا تَحَصُّنًا لِتَبْتَغُوا عَرَضَ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَمَنْ يُكْرِهُنَّ فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ مِنْ بَعْدِ إِكْرَاهِهِنَّ غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. And let those who do not find means to marry should abstain until Allah enriches them from His bounty, and from those whom your right possesses, who seeks the book. So write for them if you find any betterment in them, and give them the wealth of Allah that He has given you. And you do not compel your young girls to commit wrong acts, prostitution, if they intend to be fortified, guarded. For you seek the width of this worldly life, and whosoever compels them, then surely Allah is forgiving, merciful from after their compulsion. Now in this ayah, Allah is telling the men that if you do not have the means to marry, until means physically, health-wise and materialistically, because you are the caretaker of women, so you abstain until Allah enrich you from His bounty. And from those whom your right hand possesses, who seeks the book, so write for them. If you find any betterment in them, give them the wealth of Allah that He has given you. That means people who are under your right hand possesses. That's a different topic altogether. Who are those women? Ma malakat aymanukum. I will not go into detail. Our portion is this little portion. Below this little portion, I'm going to discuss that because it is related to our topic. Very important. That is, and you do not compel your young girls to commit wrong act, prostitution. But there are men who are forcing these young girls. Now there comes the force. The forcing young girls, compelling them. And these young girls want to fortify themselves, they want to keep clean, they don't want to get involved. If they are like that, and you are seeking the width of this worldly life. So now in this is the only one verse which clarifies many aspects that is being wrongly propagated in the world. First of all, if men force the young girls, compel the young girls to commit the wrong act or to prostitution, first is that, and these women do not intend to do so. That means they are raped. Are they not? If these young girls do not want to indulge in this kind of act, if the man compels them to do so, in other words, it is the unwilling sexual act these girls have to perform. They are young girls. So that means you are forcing, compelling them to do this act is basically prostitution or rape. Am I not clear? This is rape. You are doing it, or you are asking them to do it for others. Is the one said the one who is going to do it is going to rape the girl. Am I right? Compelling them. If they want to be guarded, these girls, young girls want to be guarded. So you compel them to do so. So you are compelling them to commit this act, that is rape by forced sexual intercourse. And further he says, whoever compels them, whoever these men of this world who are seeking the width of this world, whoever compels these girls to commit wrong act, prostitution, surely Allah is forgiving, most merciful after their compulsion. You have to listen to this very point, important. What is forgiving? Who? Allah is forgiving the girls who are raped, who are this is very, people, men and women, they don't understand the ayahs. If any man, believe me, if any man commits a rape to any girl, Young girl I'm talking about. Because Quran is here, says young girls. First of all, it's forbidden by Allah not to do so. You must listen to me, guys. It is not to do so. If these women to be, this girl want to be guarded, if any man compels them to commit this sexual act by force, it's like a rape. And after this girl being raped, Allah is forgiving these girls. Of what? What will happen? In the beginning I told you that any person who are involved in these acts, there was a word I told you, sayyi'at, saw, badness will come. And the word I told you, dunub, dhanaba, mean guilt and sin will come if you commit these acts. If anyone commits this fahisha, this obscene act, obscenity, adultery and fornication, or any kind of all these acts, so what will happen? Guilt will come inside. Guilt. So these girls, if being forced and raped, will not have the guilt. Because Allah says, Allah is forgiving, merciful after compulsion, after their compulsion. Who are you to punish the person who raped? To kill him? Of course you have to punish him. I'm not saying that you kill him. But he must be punished for fornication, adultery, he did it. When Allah is forgiving the girls, you are taking it the biggest crime. And no wonder in the United States and all parts of the world, the men who rape girls, it is very difficult to prove them against this. They are all walking on the world. In this country and nowadays, they said the person who raped a girl, he should be killed. Again you are taking a life. Before I told you, if a man find his wife having an extramarital affair or doing fahisha and committing adultery, you cannot kill her. Similarly, if a man forces a girl to commit this sexual act, he cannot be killed because Allah is forgiving the girls. That means they will not, of course they will go to a trauma. I'm not denying this fact. A physical trauma and a psychological trauma they might go. But when Allah is forgiving, they won't contain the guilt and the sin. And the badness will not come in their psyche. The badness and the sin will not, because Allah is forgiving, merciful to those girls. So who are you to kill that man who committed this crime? Of course they will be punished, because I will read further what is the punishment of an adulterer and an adulteress fornicator. 100 stripes. I will come to that ayah. But in the book, nowadays now say, a man who raped a girl should be hanged or killed. Again you are bringing the biblical law. A man who commits a crime stoned to death. Death, you want to kill the person. These both acts, believe me, for women committing this crime and a man committing this crime by force, by compulsion, compelling, still Allah is forgiving, merciful. Allah is forgiving the girls. That means they will not carry the guilt. They will not carry the sin in their psyche. What is Allah for? When Allah says Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, with the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Or Ghafur Rahim means He will forgive. Meaning Allah forgives, that means there is no guilt in us, in me. Or there is no sin in my psyche when Allah forgives. Otherwise, if Allah does not forgive, that sin will be carried in my psyche. It will be in my personality. You must understand what I said. Okay, this ayah, this was in our related to our topic, that there are men, I'm not denying this, there are men who are forcing the girls or compelling young girls to this fahisha act of prostitution. But they want to seek the witness of this worldly life. That is wrong. 100% wrong. I'm not denying this fact. They should be punished. But not to kill them. But at the same time, Allah is telling us the women or young girls whom they were being forced, or after their being compulsion being that they've been compelled to do that act, Allah is forgiving the girls. And Allah is merciful to the girls. What you understand? That means they will not carry the guilt. It will never come into their mind. And this is Allah has made the psyche of men and women both. So this guilt purpose, people are taking, or the women also making a big issue of this. Well, this man raped this girl, and man, this is a big crime. I understand this is a big crime. We all understand. But in the nearness of God, Allah is forgiving the girls. Why are you making this an issue? Because Allah forgives the girl, you are making an issue. That sin, the sin will not enter into her. Because Allah forgives, that means sin will not enter into her. The sin enters into everybody's psyche when Allah does not forgive. When Allah does not forgive, that is why we are guilty. We are afraid of our accountability. Because she was compelled, why would the sin will enter into her? Of course there will be a trauma, and some period of time she'll feel different. But later on it will go away, it will be alright. Because she will not have this guilt of crime. She never committed a crime. It will never enter. Allah is forgiving, merciful.